Hey everybody, this is Dr. D from Mastery Beyond Boundaries. That's me in the picture. Just coming to you to give you some information about some things that we're doing under Mastery Beyond Boundaries, coupled with many other businesses, many other people who are diligent in the community, in our lower income communities, and those that are less fortunate, as well as those that just been lost in translation. And we're going to get into that in a second. But I wanted to let you know who I am. I am Dr. D.A. Dennis. I'm a native of Baltimore, Maryland. In 2005, I actually created Master Beyond Boundaries. And at that time, I was doing a lot of outreach work in Baltimore. And in 2010, I actually moved to Florida and began Master Beyond Boundaries again as a self-help organization focused on assisting individuals starting businesses, entrepreneurship, job readiness, etc. After receiving my Ph.D., I turned the company into a counseling and therapy practice to help individuals, groups, children, and families lead a better and quality life. I started in the spiritual community where I actually began to counsel several different pastors, leaders, and laypersons concerning their spiritual path as well as the direction of their respective ministries and personal lives. This eventually expanded into the secular community, or what we would call just the community as a whole outside of religion, because of the need of people to get to the root causes of family, spousal, and individual challenges. In 2016, Mastery Beyond Boundaries actually became a full practice specializing in holistic life counseling, life coaching, and healing all around the board, using non invasive, no drug therapy for physical and mental ailments and conditions. Some of my credentials include a bachelor's and master's degree in metaphysical science, Ph.D. in holistic life counseling, certified metaphysical practitioner and teacher, neuro linguistic programming practitioner, certified nutritional advisor, certified life coach, certified in anatomy and physiology, motivational speaker and lecturer, certified hypnotherapist, Reiki master teacher, youth boot camp instructor, counselor, and author. So I just wanted to give you a little bit about myself so you'll know exactly who you're talking to and who's actually giving you this information today. And we're going to go ahead and get right to it. We're going to move on to our next slide so we can actually get into what it is that we're going to be doing, how we're going to be doing it, and the impact it's going to make on our community. This is my lovely, lovely wife. This is Tasha Taria Dennis. Her company is Credit Champions. She's a consultant for Damon John. If you know and watch the hit TV show The Shark Tank, you will see that the only black guy on there is named Damon John. You may know him from having a FUBU clothing line. Well, him and my wife have been friends for over 27 years. All right, and she's now a consultant for him. The show that he's actually on is about multimillionaires investing their money into regular people who are trying to secure finances for their businesses. Tasha has helped many people to win back their good credit and help companies grow their businesses by helping them to establish business credit or providing them with consultation to fit their needs. Some of her clients are celebrities like Damon John, executives, Fortune 500 companies, and now she's extending her services to regular working people like you and me that are looking to repair, enhance, or fix our credit, or perhaps grow our online, local, church, or retail businesses. She can teach you how to get financial relief, resources, or credit assistance you need for your personal business, or even help you to expand your business successfully. With over 25 years of credit, business, marketing, communications, and branding experience, Tasha's been successful in helping many multimillionaires and business owners. Her vision is to help as many people and new businesses as possible to regain their financial freedom, reach their goals and dreams. So if you're looking to fix your credit, to expand your business, she knows exactly what it is that you'll eventually need, which is one day to purchase a new home, car, etc. In the past, she has helped some of her clients purchase their dream homes, luxury cars, refinance their mortgages, and acquire business credit lines for their businesses. Some of her specialties include establishing business credit, credit enhancement, marketing, strategic planning, credit consultation, corporate development, branding, globalization, project management, sustainability, and business coaching. Let me tell you something. I can vouch for her skills. She's very good at what she does. And I'm not just saying this because she's my wife, but I am also a client. If you don't build your dream, someone will hire you to build theirs. This statement here is so profound. Approximately 85 to 90% of the individuals that are on jobs today do not like what they do. However, they don't know what else to do because they have no idea what their purpose or passion is in life. They have no idea why they're here. So they wind up building somebody else's dreams for 30 to 40 years, retiring, getting a retirement check, which is less than half of what they made on the job, wind up having to go back to work, and we'll probably see them in Walmart as a greeter or mopping and sweeping somebody's floor just to make ends meet at 60 to 70 years old. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So we push entrepreneurship. We push empowerment. We push growth and development when it comes to your finances and how you can have your own instead of building somebody else's dream. Instead of sending somebody else's children to college, sending somebody else off on a extravagant vacation, paying for somebody else's yacht, paying for somebody else's Rolls Royce or luxury cars, paying for somebody else's mansion. This is ridiculous, y'all. This is ridiculous. And this is what we see in our communities. And it's time out for it. You have what it takes to do what you need to do to have your own and to get all of those wonderful things for yourself and your own family. You have what it takes. You have inside of you something great. You have that pearl of a great price inside of you, but you have to realize it. And this is why Mastery Beyond Boundaries is here to help you to realize your dreams. Our aim and purpose is to make a clarion call to the awareness of oneself and to provide a process in which this awareness will begin to blossom in the lives of those who have not explored the great possibilities that are available to them. Education and treatment, I must say, is the first step in this process, especially for those in communities that have been neglected in social and economic areas. Mastery Beyond Boundaries will serve as a resource for the whole man and woman and family through reversing the underdog mentality, along with giving concrete solutions for challenges that plague our communities, which suffer and have been lost in translation. And when I say our communities, listen, I'm a black man, okay? I'm of African descent, and I am here in America, and I have seen the suffering, and I have experienced some of the suffering as well. The things that we go through in our communities. Listen, we're not going to act like, and I don't care who you are watching this webinar right now, you cannot act like that you don't see that there are certain aspects in what we would call the black community versus the suburbs or the white community. You're not going to act like that you don't see that there are liquor stores on every single corner, that there are cash checking spots just about on every single corner. You're not going to act like that you don't see these things because they exist. You're not going to act like that you don't see all of the things, the supermarkets that are run down. And it's not just because the community is not taking care of it. And I can go on and on about other things that you will not see in the suburbs or the so-called upper class, as they like to call themselves, community. I have to be real right now. Because the only reason why our communities are lost in translation is because of what has been done by design. You're not going to act like you don't see Arabs owning stores in our communities, selling liquor and Pampers in the same store. You're not going to act like you don't see that. You're not going to act like it doesn't exist because it does not exist in those other communities. And there's a reason for it. I'm not going to get into that today, but that's what I mean by the things that plague our communities and being lost in translation. I know I went off on a tangent, but sometimes you have to because individuals need to understand the reality of what's going on. And One day in one of my webinars that I do, I will get into heavily the actual plan and how it plays out and what it does to the psychology of people who live in the lower income areas versus those who live in other areas. But I need to move on. So the goals of Mastery Beyond Boundaries is to be a refuge in the sense of community programs and partnerships that will give life, not rhetoric. We have people talking all the time, getting on soapboxes, telling people what they need to do, telling people what they're going to do for them, and all of this is talk. So we will reach this by providing assistance in the areas of educational, counseling, and workshops, urban, community economic development in partnership with Credit Champions, which is my wife's company, career readiness and job development, counseling, support groups, health and wellness seminars, youth and family intervention, mental toughness, and boot camps for at-risk youth. So I talked about the mental toughness boot camps. You see that down the bottom, and I want individuals to understand that when I say mental tough classes and boot camps for at-risk youth, here's what we have to understand: in our communities, in our lower income communities, all of our youth are at risk. All of them are at risk, and the reason being is because of the way the society has depicted our youth. Number one, the things that are being promoted in society, whether it's politics, religion, pro-social or anti-social behavior, all of our youth are at risk. They're at risk because they're not being given the true tools that they really need to be able, not just to be productive citizens in this place, but to be able to govern themselves accordingly when they get older. Technology is becoming more of the precedence than anything else. They've taken, in many schools around the country, they've taken out teaching children how to write in cursive. They've taken out recreational activities. They've taken out things like arts and crafts. They've taken out many things that deal with the creative side of our youth. So if you take away the creative side of a person or take away the ability for them to learn and to grow their creativity, what happens is they become a robot. They operate just in logic, reason, and things of that nature. There's no creativity, there's no intuition, there's no imagination. So all of our youth right now in 2018, they're at risk. And so this mental toughness is to build them mentally, physically, spiritually, economically, pro-socially, and to get them ready for the things to come. Professional guidance. Professional guidance usually comes in the form of treatment through counseling or therapy or of some sort, which of course is tailor-made for the individual. Assistance, advice, goal setting, and coaching are just a few ways in which this is accomplished. So when you're dealing with professional guidance, you're dealing with treatment, you're dealing with counseling. I mean, you may say, well, why is that, important in this process? It's very important in this process. As a matter of fact, it actually is right there along with, if not before, education. And the reason being is because this treatment deals with the mind. Everything starts with a thought. You can't do anything, not only without first thinking about it, but you can't do anything without understanding what you're doing, without understanding where your challenges and your obstacles come from. It all starts with the mind. Without understanding about traumas, without understanding how to overcome certain things. So here's what people will learn. They will understand reasons why they have antisocial skills, why our youth and young adults, and even some adults, don't know how to communicate with each other. Learn what pro-social skills are. Actively participate in discussions that address anger management. Have qualified individuals to talk about various personal challenges. Learn how to de-escalate situations between them and others, and be taught how traumas have affected their lives and how to overcome them. So these things are very important. And if you don't first treat the mind, then you're not giving an individual an opportunity to change their lives for the better. Change your mind, change your life. So here you see counseling for adjudicated at-risk youth, and we've talked about the at-risk youth part. But the adjudicated portion is those who have already had run-ins with the juvenile justice system. And so Mastery Beyond Boundaries always accept referrals for at-risk adolescents from all over the state of Carolina, South Carolina, and also other places. Also, it is beneficial to have struggling teenagers receive healing services. This goes back to our counseling with a therapeutic program, okay, for our youth, away from negative influences of unsupportive peers, but we can also add unsupportive families. We can add environment that is not conducive to their growth and development. Our mentoring program will provide leadership weekends away from their usual surroundings and involve them in life-changing structured activities that open their eyes to the greatness within them. We're going to read the first part of this paragraph because the bottom part actually gets back into what our aim and purpose is. So we are dedicated to becoming the standard that will increase progress as an organism and that encourages individuals to step out into their destiny and be successful. The success of meeting those goals will come through our giving. We understand that giving is a principle and a privilege, which, if used properly, will bring a harvest not to be contained. What does that mean? That means that the way that we accomplish the things that we're going to set out to accomplish and to gain will come through our giving. It comes through what we give without expecting anything back. It's called the law of reciprocity. The law of reciprocity returns those things to you that you give out. It may not always look like what you gave out, but believe me, you will get the benefit and the reward in some way and shape and form in your life of what it is that you've given out. And that's why it's important to give. That's why it's important to sacrifice sometimes. That's why it's important for you to sometimes give to individuals when you don't feel like it. Sometimes when you may not even have everything that you really need, it's important to go ahead and to give to others because believe me, you will see it later on and it will come sometimes 100%. And I even add 2 to 300% or 2 to 3-fold back into your life. And believe me, it's going to come back in a big way. These three circles are the triad of this program: education, professional guidance, and performance adjustment. Not necessarily in that order, because remember, we talked about professional guidance and education. If not professional guidance being at the head, education and professional guidance being right there, because the education has to do with the information that you will receive. But again, I believe that first you have to have the treatment so that if there are things and obstacles and challenges that are in your way, you will know how to get rid of them and you'll have help to do so. So this is our little triad: education, professional guidance, and performance adjustment, which you may know as behavior modification. This is me right here. I'm actually teaching paraprofessionals. There's about 40 individuals in the room, 40 women in the room, and they work for Polk County, Florida Head Start program, where they deal with our babies. The reason for this particular workshop, they were about to begin their school year, and they do a workshop every single year where all of the teachers around Polk County come together and they have like a convention. And so my portion in this was to give them some things to think about for their own lives as they enter into this new school year. Paraprofessionals deal with families, not just the children during the day, but they deal with the families. And so they go out to the homes and try to help the families, if they're not on track, to get on track with certain things so that their children can have a better quality life while they go to school and also when they come home and in their communities. So the paraprofessionals go out to help the entire family to be able to move forward as much as possible to lead a healthy life within the core group of the family itself. And so I taught on many things that had to do with them, their personal lives, and what they needed to get together within them so that they could be clear when they go into these homes. We dealt, of course, with the mental, the physical, the economical, the pro-social. We dealt with all of that. We did team building exercises. We did many things and we discussed many things and opened up. The theme of this was, what is your superpower? And so we got into understanding, what is your superpower? What does that mean? That means, what is your true purpose and what is your passion? What are you here for, and how do you use it to deal with the children that are in the schools, in the Head Start program, as well as being able to build the family and the community. And so here on the side, you see small minds can't comprehend big spirits. To be great, you have to be willing to be mocked, hated, and misunderstood. Stay strong. Those three things, being mocked, hated, and misunderstood, is definitely for successful people. It's definitely for trailblazers. It's definitely for people who really don't care what other people think because they know that they're operating in their purpose. It's definitely for the person who understands that they need to be themselves. They have to know who they are. They have to know where they're going, and they sure enough have to know where they came from. So those three things, being mocked, hated, and misunderstood, is for the person that is a true trailblazer. If everybody likes you, if everybody agrees with you all the time, if everybody's patting you on the back, if nobody has any type of comments, criticism, what have you to what you're doing and what you're saying, you better look out. If everybody's smiling in your face, shaking your hand all the time, you better look out. Something's coming. But when sometimes you experience being mocked, you experience being hated, you experience being misunderstood, you best believe you're on the right track. Because if you don't have any opposition in your life, if you don't have anything ever coming against you, there's something wrong and there's something big coming that you're not going to like. So here you see a flyer that we actually put out for what it is that we do, my wife and myself. You see Credit Champions up the top at the left, and you see Mastery Beyond Boundaries. And you also see meeting your mental, physical, spiritual, economical, pro-social needs through holistic life counseling, support groups, health and wellness seminars, youth and family intervention, urban community economic development, educational workshops. So you see some of the same things that you saw on what the tools that we use to help individuals to meet their goals. These are the tangible resources that we talk about. But my wife and myself, we go around and we do this as workshops and seminars for businesses, churches, um, companies. It doesn't matter what you have. If you need these type of services to help to build and to help to grow your business or your company, then we'll come in and we'll do these for you and to help. Even if it's a just a community organization, it doesn't matter. We'll come in and we will do a workshop, we'll do a seminar and help you in these particular areas. And what areas you say that you're lacking in, we'll go ahead and give our services to you. I mean, we talk about the particulars and what's needed to make that happen, when we get a chance to talk to you. So you see Dr. D.A. Dennis Sr. and Tasha Dennis, and you can call or email us for your next event or to create one. So if you have an event that's already taken place and you just want to add us in there, that's fine. Or if you would like to create an event around what we do, then of course we'll do that for you as well. You can actually reach us. You can mail us, send comments, or actually get with us to find out what it is you need to do. If you want to mail, it's 10120 Two Notch Road, Columbia, South Carolina 29223. Contact us as well by phone 863-612-6071, or you can email us at mbb@consultant.com. Look at this. It will hurt. It will take time. It will require dedication. It will require willpower. You will need to make healthy decisions. It requires sacrifice. You will need to push your body to its max. There will be temptation, but I promise you, when you reach your goal, it's worth it. Everything in this particular statement has to do with the person that is determined to be successful, has to do with the person that's determined that no matter what takes place, they're not going to take any shorts in life. It has to do with the person that understands that no matter what, I cannot give up. I have to keep pushing. And all of these things within this statement, you will experience. But guess what? It's truly worth it in the end. I do not choose to be a common man. It is my right to be uncommon if I can. I seek opportunity, not security. I do not wish to be a kept citizen, humbled and dulled by having the state look after me. I want to take the calculated risk to dream and to build, to fail and to succeed. I refuse to barter incentive for a dole. I prefer the challenges of life to the guaranteed existence, the thrill of fulfillment, to the stale calm of utopia. I will not trade freedom for beneficence, nor my dignity for a handout. I will never cower before any master, nor bend to any threat. It is my heritage to stand erect, proud and unafraid, to think and act for myself, enjoy the benefit of my creations, and to face the world boldly and say, this I have done. Some call this the entrepreneur's creed. I call this the true man and woman's creed, because this is for individuals who are trailblazers. This is for individuals who have set out to gain and to fulfill their own dreams and not build somebody else's. And so I want to thank you for looking and taking a listen to this webinar. My name is Dr. D.A. Dennis, coming to you from Master Beyond Boundaries, as well as Credit Champions. And we look forward to seeing you on our future webinars. And again, if you need to contact us, you have the information. And we're always going to be pushing, always going to be grasping for higher heights and deeper depths when it comes to your growth and development. And we're always focused on awakening that excellence within you. Have a wonderful day.